That's due back January 11th, and
There you are, Clements. I'm downstairs in the meeting room. Where are you?
Oh, I'm up at the library. I'll be back down in a minute.
Great. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm late.
Oh, Clements, you're here. Good. Have a seat. I hear the children in Whitehorse have sent in some very interesting questions.
Yes, quite a few.
Oh, great. We can start them.
Okay. So the first one is, Santa Claus, would you like help? It's from Viola.
Viola, there's always the possibility of helping at Christmas. There's no question at all. At Christmas time, there are lots of things to do to get ready. And one of the things, Viola, you can do is help make your house look beautiful. One of the things I like about being Santa is coming to houses and seeing all the beautiful decorations, everything, all the work that people have done to make their house look beautiful. And I'm sure, Viola, you're helping to do that, helping get your family's Christmas all ready, probably even baking some cookies. What other questions do you have?
This one's from Myra. It's, do you like cats?
Do I like cats? We have at the North Pole, we have a sleepy old cat called Sitsa. And Sitsa actually is the name for cat in Hungarian or Magyar. So we have a good sleepy old cat that's around. There are lots of animals at the North Pole, even penguin. You have another question for me?
Yes. What is the best dog breed? It's from Jeremy.
There are so many different dog breeds. There's no question at all that there's just lots of different kinds of dogs, and a lot of times dogs have different purposes. If you're in the north where there's lots of snow, maybe you would want a dog with really big paws, like a Newfie. Or maybe you want a dog that could really stay warm, like a St. Bernard, big and fluffy. Or maybe you'd want a dog that can help you pull a sleigh on the ground, like a husky. You'd have to choose. There are lots of different kinds of breeds, and all the breeds have a role and a purpose, and so I like them all.
Another question is from Lily. She wants to know how you know if children have been naughty or nice, and how do the reindeer get magic to fly?
Okay, on the naughty or nice question, I used to keep a big book. But some of you may remember here in Whitehorse when I came to visit at Hogan's, in the old Santa village at Hogan's. I used to sometimes bring a big book, and I'd have a plumed pen that I'd be writing in. Well, some of the children were very upset and afraid of what I was putting in the book, so I don't do that anymore at all. Children are all good, and if they make a mistake, I know they'll get it right the next time. But on the next question, Clements, why don't I tell them a story about how the reindeer learned how to fly?
Okay.
Would that be a good idea?
Yes, that would be great.
A long time ago, many, many years ago, there was a young caribou. Remember, caribou and reindeer are the same animal. And his name was Medzi. And Medzi, one night, saw for the first time a brilliant display of northern lights. Greens and yellows and even some reds and other colors, purplish kinds of colors too. And Medzi looked up and was just amazed at the lights that he was seeing dancing in the sky. And he said, I would love to be able to dance with those northern lights as well. That would be so much fun. And so Medzi just tried to jump up and touch the northern lights. But you know what happens when a young reindeer tries to jump, just jumped up so high and fell right back down. Then he said, I can do better than that, and tried jumping up again and fell right back down. And just kept trying and trying and trying, because when he had a dream, the dream of dancing with the Northern Lights, that just wouldn't leave him. So he just kept trying. Not far away was the king of the North Woods, Kanji. Now Kanji is a big bull moose, and he looked over and saw Medzi jumping up and falling down, jumping up and falling down. And he just said, what a silly young reindeer. Why would I ever want to fly? And he just turned and walked away. Well, Medzi didn't give up. He just kept trying, jumping and higher. He got a little bit higher and fell back down again, thump on the ground. Underneath, not far from him, in a cozy, warm burrow, was Donji. Now, Donji heard all this noise and was going, oh, I don't want to leave my warm burrow, but I've got to see what's happening out there. So Donji got out of the burrow, fluffed her fur, and looked at Medzi jumping up and falling down, jumping up and falling down. And Medzi realized, or Donji realized, that Medzi was trying to reach the Northern Lights. Well, Donji knew a secret. And as a marmot, marmots can do one thing. Clements, can you whistle? That's not a bad whistle, but I'm... Oh, there's a great whistle.
Forgot to moisten my lips.
Well, what Donji could do was whistle. And Donji knew a secret. Donji knew that Yamba, that's the name for the Northern Lights, would come down to the ground if you whistled. Whistle again. Give me a good whistle. Great whistle. And so Donji just leaned back, drew a big breath, and whistled as loud as she could. And Yamba heard. And the Northern Lights came right down to the ground. And then Donji said to Medzi, you don't have to jump anymore. All you have to do is walk up on those Northern Lights. Well, originally, Medzi was going, I don't know, I'm a little bit afraid of that. Just put a hoof on and see. So Medzi put a hoof on, didn't fall through. Another hoof on, didn't fall through, and ran up the Northern Lights. And as Medzi ran up the Northern Lights, they lifted into the sky. And the rest of the night, Donji watched as Medzi and Yamba danced away in the sky. Now that could end the story, but it doesn't. Because down below, it was Christmas Eve. And a man in red with some white fur was driving a sleigh of reindeer that didn't know how to fly. And he looked up and saw Medzi and Yamba dancing together in the sky. And he had a big thought too. He thought, what if my reindeer could fly? If they could fly, then I could bring presents to children all over the world, not just in the north with my reindeer sleigh, reindeer-driven sleigh. They could learn how to fly. So you know what he did? He asked Medzi later on to teach the reindeer how to fly. Reindeers don't have wings, but they learned how to run with the Northern Lights, run up on the Northern Lights. And you read some books, like the famous book that we have here, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I read for a long time the last page, near the last page of the old story. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team, gave a whistle, and away they all flew to the down, like the down on a thistle. Now I know that what was really happening, Santa wasn't whistling for the reindeers to start. Santa was whistling for Yamba and the Northern Lights to come down. So his sleigh and his reindeer could race up the Northern Lights and then fly through the sky, visiting all the other houses and children that night on Christmas Eve.
I have another question.
One
It's
more
from
question,
Gavin.
and then I'm going to have to go for a little while. There's some other work that I have to do.
What is the best candy?
The best candy. There are so many different kinds of candy. In the night before Christmas, they were enjoying sugar plums. That in other stories, they have all sorts of other things dancing, the sugar plums and lollipops and candy canes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if there's any particular candy that I would say is the best candy. I think in wherever you live, there's a favorite candy. What's your favorite candy, Clements?
I'd say candy canes.
Candy canes, a great choice. We're going to have to go just for a little minute or two, okay?
Okay.
See you in a minute.
All right.
Oh.